Decided to do a little video on my Bendpak Automotive lift since I was getting some comments on it. This one is a model XPR-10cx. I believe since I bought this it's actually been superseded where I have a one-piece top bar there, and now I believe they offer them with a bar that's adjustable so you can make it narrow or wide. This one I have here is actually the wide setup. How this whole thing came about is I actually picked out a lift I wanted, and since I was building a garage, I built the garage to fit the lift. You can also see that this garage has been fitted with a high lift garage door. So when a car is up on the lift, you can actually open the door up. The selling point of this lift is that it was ALI certified and ETL approved. ALI being the Automotive Lift Institute. Here is the serial number, the model number, and some other miscellaneous information for replacement pieces. You can see that this lift is constructed with a one-piece column. Some of the selling points in the brochures are that this lift has a oversized cable sheave, which helps prevent fatiguing of the cables, and it also has aircraft quality cables. Here's the base. You can see the cable comes around that pulley like that. What these cables are equalizing cables, so one carriage can't basically run away from the other one. They're going to always be at the same height. This piece here is called the carriage. It's a 53-inch tall carriage, and they use it as a selling point, saying the height of it causes less stress on the other components of the lift. Here is the motor and the pump for the lift. You can see the reservoir beneath it. I have this motor hooked up on a 120 240 volt single phase 3-wire service. You could also move some of the terminals around and hook this up on a 3-phase service. Here is the base of the lift. It comes with a decent sized footprint, and it came with the expansion bolts for installation. Here is the rear arm of the lift. You can see it telescopes. And here's the front arm. It's a triple telescoping arm. These arms locked in when the lift is raised. You can pull the pin. This is called a clear floor lift. The cables are actually going above this top plate. I wanted this type of lift because if you have a car with headers and low ground clearance, you don't want to be banging on any sort of ground obstruction. This padded bar on top of this top plate is actually part of the limiting switch. When the top of the car hits that, it cuts the current to the motor and it won't lift anymore. Overall, I'm very pleased with this lift. I was able to install it myself with relative ease. A lot of people wonder what type of concrete you need to install a lift like this. Well, according to the Bendpak site, I think it was either 4 or 5 inch, 3,000 pound per square inch concrete is all you need. The slab that this lift is installed on has a 12 by 12 inch thickened perimeter with rebar and a 6-inch thick center. This lever here releases the hydraulic pressure. You can see it's not going down. So to lower it, these safety catches and then lower the pressure. It goes down pretty slow when there's not a car in it, but when there's a car in it, it goes down at a reasonable rate. I'm actually running automatic transmission fluid in this for hydraulic oil. I tried a thicker weight hydraulic oil, but it went down really slow, and especially in the winter when it's cold in here. The lift came with detailed instructions and a lot of other literature. Now for the bad. You can see that my rear arms do not line up perfectly. This reservoir leaks a little at the plug. I'm sure if I looked into it I could find some sort of remedy for that. The micro switch arm that limits the height of the thing isn't long enough, and it's actually past the bar. It's underneath. I'm going to add an extension to that. There was no provision for the conduit off this motor, so I actually had to make my own bracket so this could be wired to code. And probably the biggest bad for me is that this lift was made overseas. I like buying stuff made in the USA. And they claim at the sales office that this was made to USA specs. When I purchased this lift, the shipping was included in the purchase cost, which is nice because this is a pretty big object and heavy object to ship. I actually had to pick it up at a shipping terminal with a trailer. That's pretty much all I have on the lift for now. Feel free to send comments or questions if you have any. I would definitely recommend this lift. As far as the price, you could buy a USA made lift, but they're a lot more expensive. And this thing actually works spectacular.